All right, so now um, we are going to talk about what happens if the lines are parallel. Because if I had a picture like this, I still have these names, okay? I still have corresponding angles here and here. Even though the lines are not looking parallel, the names still exist. I still have alternate interior angles right here because I can draw the Z, okay? I still have same side interior angles here and here. I can draw a C, same side interior. I still have same side exterior angles here. I still have vertical angles here. Okay, so the names are still there, but there's no angle relationship. So now when we make the lines parallel, neat things start to happen. Okay, so when we have lines parallel, each pair of corresponding angles is congruent. Okay, so the corresponding angles are congruent. That means they're equal to each other. Alternate interior and alternate exterior angles are also congruent. So what I want you to do is to mark these, and I want you to put congruent beside them. I'm even going to take it one step further, and I'm going to highlight those in one color. The whole point is that you're making it stand out to you, okay? Then, now remember, consecutive interior, we call those same side interior, and also consecutive exterior. I'm going to write it right here as same side exterior. You want to know why that's not on this worksheet? These are like the little red-headed stepsister, and they're left out of everything. Okay, same side exterior is often left out of books, but when we write a test, we put it in there because if you're going to learn this one, you're going to learn this one. So it goes with this that the same side interior and same side exterior are supplementary. So I'm going to put 180. They're going to add to 180 degrees. So I'm going to take my color, same side interior, same side exterior are supplementary. And then don't forget, vertical angles are congruent. They go with those yellow angles. And then linear pairs are always supplementary. Okay? So now, once you know the name of the angle, and once you know whether it's congruent or supplementary, we can throw in algebra for you, which is what we're going to do today. But first, let's look at some easy problems. Okay, I want you to get used to looking at questions like this. You're going to have some that are a little bit harder than this. This is a very basic question. But if I told you angle 1 was 65, in a matter of seconds, I would expect you to be able to find all of the rest of the angles in that picture, especially because you guys need to memorize things and you need to make it go quick. First of all, I'm going to show you how I do this. Angle 3 is 65 because it's vertical. Okay, so I'm going to put VAT here. Angle 5 is 65. Two reasons, because it's vertical with what I have here. So I'm going to put angle 5 is 65. I'm going to put alternate interior, but it also could be 65 because these are corresponding. Okay. And then angle 7 is also 65 because it's vertical. Now, the more angles I put in there, the more reasons we have. Angle 7 is also corresponding. Angle 7 is also alternate exterior. Okay, see what's happening? All right, now look back up here. Look at the reasons. Vertical angle theorem, alternate interior, corresponding, alternate exterior. Those are all of the things we have highlighted in yellow. I knew those answers because they were all congruent. Basically, I just went around the picture and found relationships to make them all congruent. Okay, so then if you take 65 and you subtract that from 180, you get 115. So that means angle 2 is 115. Okay, and I'm going to say angle 2 was a linear pair, with angle 1. guess what you guys are going to be doing in your proofs? You're going to be doing things like this. I'm just kind of jotting down my ideas. All right, well, angle 4 is 115 because it's vertical. It's also a linear pair. It's also a linear pair. Okay, so I'm going to put linear pair also. Okay, angle 6 is 115 because it is alternate, it's alternate interior. Okay, here it's corresponding here. Okay, there's lots of ways you can get these answers. It's a linear pair here, the linear pair here. Okay, so we had corresponding, alternate interior, linear pair. And the angle 8 is 115 because it's vertical. But then also it's a linear pair. And also it's an alternate exterior. And also it is supplementary this way because it's same side exterior. Do you see how I can keep adding relationships of these angles? You guys don't have to think about all of this. What I want you to think about is that, oh, look at the choices. There are 4 obtuse angles, and counting this one, there are 4 acute angles. When you see this picture, these are supplementary, and then you've got 4 obtuse and 4 acute, and you should be able to label that picture in a matter of seconds once you know this other measure. Get used to doing that. Okay, so now we're going to do it again, and I'm going to be quick. I'm going to show you how quick I would expect you to do this problem. So first of all, I'm going to figure out what 180 minus 142 is, and that's going to be 38. So I know the supplement of this is 38. Okay, so let's put 142 in my picture. I know I've got 38, and I'm going to show you how quick this is. Watch. There's all my obtuse angles, and I know all of the others have to be 38. I'm not even going to write it down here. I'm just going to leave it in the picture. That's how quick you should do that problem. Okay? Don't tell me you can't get done with these problems on a test when I give you one of those. All right. Now, when you have the angle relationships, we throw in algebra. So we are going to be putting in some algebra into these problems. What you have to know is the name and whether it's congruent or supplementary, okay, in order to do the algebra. All right, so if we're looking at question number 1, first of all, there's no algebra in this. These are just finding angle measures. Your algebra is going to look like this when you have bigger problems, okay? By the way, expect system of equations to show back up, all right? All right, so this one is really easy. This is like the one we just did. It should be quick. I should know that this angle is 65, so x is 65. Please put degrees. And then I know that these are going to be supplementary. Whoops. Ugh. I know these are going to be supplementary. So if you go 180 minus 65, then we get 115. So I know angle Y is 115 because these are supplementary, but also these are same side interior. Same side interior angles are going to add to 180. Guys, look, this is an acute angle. This is an obtuse angle. An acute angle does not equal an obtuse angle. Did you hear that? An acute angle does not equal an obtuse. All right, so question number 2, I want you to tell me the answers for X and Y. Okay, X is going to be the supplement to 80, so that's 100. And then Y is has a relationship. This is alternate exterior. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. If you need to write it down, CO, AI, AE, and vertical, these are the ones that are congruent. Same side interior, same side exterior, linear pair. These are the ones that are supplementary. Okay, so that's what you need to know. So these are alternate exterior, so Y is 80. Okay, number 3. Y is 109. Okay, X is 71. because those are supplementary, same side interior, supplementary, 71. Okay, now, when we get to the algebra, you do need to show me the work, as simple as it is. If it's even this simple, write down the setup and then just use your calculator or use your brain, which you should be using. So first of all, these are alternate interior angles, knowing the name, knowing if they're congruent or supplementary. So I'm going to say 2x equals 138 divided by 2. 138 divided by 2 is 69. So x equals 69. So it just says find the value of x. I'm done, but you could check if I plugged in 69. 69 times 2 is 138. Those are alternate interior. They should be congruent. All right, these are corresponding angles are congruent. 3x minus 14 equals 70. Add 14. Divide by 3. X equals 28. And I could substitute in, and 3 times 28 minus 14 would give me 70. Okay. All right, number 6. Those are same side interior. They are not congruent. They are supplementary. So this is going to be 7x plus 15 equals 8. Oh, no, sorry. Plus, I just said it and I didn't write it down. Plus 81 equals 180. I'm going to tell you, it is so easy to do this. Oh, these angles are equal. Oh, these angles are equal. Oh, these angles are equal. These angles, they're not equal in this one. Yeah, sorry. These angles are equal because they're vertical. But then you get down here. Oh, these angles are equal. Oh, these angles are equal. Oh, these angles are not equal. So you got to be careful because they pop in every once in a while. These are very, very popular. These just pop in every once in a while. These hardly show up on the worksheets because they're just not in the books anymore. But when it does show up, make sure you know what it is. So be careful. Okay, so 7x plus 96 equals 180. So we're going to say 180, get 7 minus 96, 7x equals 84, and we get x equals 12. Now your problems are going to be a little bit more involved. These are very, very basic standard algebra questions, but you guys are going to know the concept and then you're going to apply the things you already know. Okay, so what I want you to do is to answer number 7. Ask yourself, what kind of angles are they? By the way, these were corresponding. I didn't write it down. These were corresponding. These were same side interior. So the name of these angles, and if that line is really tilted, just pay attention. They're alternating, and think about where they are. Okay, so work this one out, and then we'll see if you get it right. Okay, should have got x equals 75. And so now you're going to do the same thing for question number 8. Work out that problem and see what you get. Think about what the name of the angles is. Think about, are they congruent or supplementary? Hey, you got x equals 23. All right, so you have the main concept with the algebra. So now you will be applying it when we're in class to your worksheet. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about your worksheet. Your worksheet is worksheet number 19. Okay. We need to go over parallel, perpendicular, skew, and oblique one more time real quick because it shows up as a review on your first worksheet. This worksheet, all of it, it's a big worksheet. It's 4 pages. It's going to be big. It's one of the first worksheets in the unit, and you have until the day of the test to do it. So if you don't finish it in the first day, you are still responsible for doing this worksheet. Honors geometry. Okay, but let's go over those words again. In your vocab folder, it's on page 2 and on page 7. Okay, page 2, you guys should know parallel oops, excuse me, parallel, lines that do not touch. Here's the symbol for parallel. Skew, the way you learn what skew is you learn what it's not. So it's not lines that are not parallel, not intersecting, and not coplanar. So basically, if you have a 3D figure, something in the front, something in the back, one going left, right, the other going up, down. You turn to page 7. So if you need to look at these, perpendicular, lines that intersect to form right angles. This is the symbol for perpendicular. And then oblique, it's not parallel. They're intersecting. So they're not parallel. They are intersecting, but they're not perpendicular. Okay. So in this picture here, you may or may not have oblique. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Okay. But those are your definitions for this front page. You're going to be doing the circle problems only. And when you get to the algebra problems, it says to show your work on notebook paper. You do have these problems where you're finding all of the angle measures. We will do one of these in class because this one is just like this one. Okay, so we'll probably do this one in class. But you can see this basic algebra. And what happens on your worksheet that didn't happen in the notes is you have x's and y's defined in the algebra. So I want to make sure we go over that. So for this one, you can put a number here. By the way, it's not 83. Okay, these are linear pair. And then once you get that answer, you can figure out how you're going to get this answer. But these don't have an angle relationship, but these do. So you have to find a pair of angles that have a relationship to set up the algebra work on notebook paper. And you'll be doing just the circled numbers. So pay attention, because if you do more than you're supposed to, that's up to you. Pay attention also what that means. All right, and these angles are only congruent and supplementary because we have parallel. All right, so pay attention to this one. And then when you get down here, look at this question. All right, so what happens is you're going to have a system of equations. We will probably do this one in class together because then you have system of equations. But you have to find a relationship and then substitute back in and then find another relationship. So I will try to remember to do this problem in class to get you where you need to be on that. And then it's just going to be problem after problem after problem after problem, lots and lots and lots of things going on. And in everything, you have to find angle relationships to tell if they're congruent or supplementary. These problems here, we might do some of these in class, but I do have those circled and these circled. Okay, so we will do this the next time that I see you in class. Thank you very much, students. You're doing great. Keep up the hard work.